How
Welcome
you
to
doing?
Immediately Sierra. This is a whole different link. Hopefully, this will still get to the people. We'll figure it out later. Okay. I'm Sierra, your favorite lifestyle elevation journey girly, and I am joined with Risachi, the pivot princess in these streets.
Oh my
How
god,
are
thank you.
you?
I am well on this lovely Thursday
Lovely
evening. How
Thursday,
are you
right?
doing?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to honestly, the heat is getting to me. So I don't know what it's over there on the East Coast, how warm it's been, but this week it's like 80s and it's slowly
Ooh,
killing me. So
yeah.
I'm
It's
just
about the same.
I'm barely in there. But it's okay. So this is my very first live stream of like me on my channel. This is my second live stream on YouTube. My first one was with Sharente. And so this one is just my very first one, hosting it by not by myself, but I have my very first guest being Risachi because as I am starting over on my YouTube journey, which is a reflection of me like starting over in life, I also thought I should have someone else who knows a little bit about starting over, our pivot princess right here. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. All right. First, I want to say how we met, if I'm allowed to. Here's the thing. As much as we're allowed to say, um, so for whatever reason, we met in this creator program, but we're not supposed to like talk about the program. It's like you can't talk about Fight Club. It's Fight Club. The number one rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. So for whatever reason, we're not allowed to talk about it, and I don't know, is it just it's not public yet, or I'm not sure what it is. But we met in a super secret creator program, and we were selected. I don't know how many people we were selected out of, but they chose 100 of us. Am I allowed to say that too? Well, I just said it. I don't know. But I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I really don't. It's a secret. And then and then we graduated. We stayed in touch along with some of the other people from our cohort. And then from there, it also whittled down a little bit to a little thing we like to call Black Girls in the House. So
Oh.
it's a bunch of Black women creators, and we've gotten together when we do trips and work with brands. And it's very new, but we did our first one last October and we got sponsored and we made all this content. It was great. And now we are working on another one. So when that comes into fruition, we'll talk about that some more. But for now, so we stayed in touch from this program, and she has decided to grace me with her lovely presence.
Oh my god,
Um,
thank you.
so so tell us about what's your story? Tell us your background. How did you become the pivot princess? Give us the tea.
It all started on a rainy day in no.
I like that. No, great storytelling. So it's fine. Paint the picture.
It really did start there though. I mean, I know that.
On a rainy day? Okay. Oh, see. Okay, guys. Get the tissues out. Okay. Explain that, please.
Male, female, or non-binary because it
Mm-hmm.
just like I think that's just been life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I just realized it in adulthood that like I just have no choice but to keep pivoting. But I've
Mm-hmm.
always been like an adventure person. Like I love adrenaline type things, love go-karts and zip lining and stuff like that. So I always love like I'm not a risk averse person. I definitely am
Mm-hmm.
down for the risk. But I
Okay.
think especially college was that shift. That's where the pivot princess really blossomed
Amen to
because my
that.
whole life blew up in so many different ways, like in no, in every single way possible.
Uh-huh.
And then what do you do when your life goes up? Like romantically, academically,
Mm-hmm.
financially, personally. all the things, like, I was homeless for a little bit out of college, like, for 2,
Mm,
3 months, lived on my friend's couch, like, after graduating from a great school, great degree, COVID happened, like, just the world blew up, and so what do you
uh-huh.
do in that situation? And that
You
all we
pivot.
can do. Exactly, you
You
gotta keep
pivot.
going. You gotta
Okay.
start over.
You do.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I mean, COVID definitely did that for a lot of people. Like it made them realize life is short. And then, of course, like people were losing their jobs and getting kicked out. I almost got kicked out of, out of my place. I decided to move before I got kicked out. But definitely that was one of the times. And I don't think we always like people, things can seem like they're really peachy keen online, right? And it's hard to see the real things that are happening behind the scenes because not everyone shows those things. And in real life, we are
Mhm.
all always like, in some way, we're pivoting, we're starting over, we're having to adjust because sometimes life just happens. It knocks you out, and you be like, "Oh, you it's like that," and then they be like, "Yeah, it's like that."
Dang! Oh
So
my god.
I
We're not using you,
definitely
life.
exactly like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, you tried it,
Yeah.
okay? We're gonna reel it back. We
Mhm.
manifest something great because this is for the birds. like, so I definitely get it. So, how does your story contribute to your content journey? Do you cover
Oof,
your
that's
story in
such
your
a
content journey?
I think a little bit. That's actually something I'm, like, exploring, and especially with YouTube. That's what one where I'm, like, a little bit more uncomfortable, actually, so I'm glad that we're doing this together,
Mm-hmm.
but I do talk about it in, like, some of my content, like, even today, I put out something about, like, setbacks, and I referenced, like, basically that I failed in, like, every possible way when I was in college, and, you have to keep moving, like, you can't let setbacks stop you, but in
Mm-hmm.
terms of content, I feel like it changed with who I am as I've
Mm-hmm.
grown, right? Like,
Yeah.
middle school, high school me was like a makeup girly through and through. I loved that type of content. College me started doing more lifestyle stuff, and I think at that time also my body changed, and so I
Mm-hmm.
started doing a lot more, like, fashion content, and I got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of love for the fashion content, which is great, but then COVID happened, and I gained a lot of weight back. And so then I was like, I'm no longer comfortable in front of the camera like this anymore. And even though curvy creators are great, and there's like so many of them, but I just was like, I don't feel like I could be as confident as these ladies
Right?
who are strutting in the swimsuits and stuff with the. And I mean, I love to see it, but like, I was like, I don't know if this is for me. So I feel like it's still now. I think it was you the other day who said like my content sounds very life coachy, and that's not what it was before. So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
it keeps shifting, but I do talk about things very rawly in my content because I feel like everything that we usually see is very like catered and like curated and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, but it's just not accurate to like what life actually is. So I like talking about what life actually is. But
You're
but
definitely
yes,
very inspirational, motivational. I don't know if you try to come off like that, but like the words that come out of your mouth in your content, I'm always like, okay, that's a word. Like, and it definitely makes me feel like, for one, I'm like, oh, I needed that. But then also it makes me feel like I'm not alone, and it's
mm,
things are very real, and
that's so
you have a
beautiful.
great voice, like, I mean,
Thank
literally,
you.
but like, your voice, like, you have a great voice and outlook on things. So that's why it was important for me to have you here, because when you're starting a new journey, and whatever it is, for me it's been in my personal life, but it's also been trying to navigate this content creation thing. They talk about authenticity, but it's like people say they want authentic, but like, how much authenticity do they really want? They
You
say it.
know, that's the great
So
these 13
you,
people that are in here. How
you
much do y'all really want authenticity though? Because I would love to know, like, what do the people feel about
man,
that?
I don't. I don't know. People, you know what? I feel like they want it, but they sometimes they still want it with a bow. Like, and they still want it to look pretty on your feed while still giving you the authenticity. And I think it definitely
Mhm.
gets a little difficult. Like, how authentic am I going to be? Like, how real am I going to get before I start feel like I'm just too judged? You know. So, it's definitely definitely like this line you're trying to walk, because you want to be real, but then you're like, also, this is like my business. I don't want y'all to be knowing all my
Exactly.
business,
But
So,
then I saw a post today that was like, life I think it was like life is so much more peaceful when you start living like you've already been canceled or something. And I was
mm,
like, I never thought about it like
listen.
that. And I was like,
Oh
fair enough.
man, that is a word. See, you be having the words, even if you get the words from somewhere else, you be having the words. No,
Yeah.
no, that's so real. Like the freedom it must be to be like, well, it can't get any worse from here. And then you just
Mhm.
do. And like that's where I'm trying to get to. Like I've been saying things in my videos that I probably would never have said out loud, but it also helps that I feel like no one's watching. It helps I feel more free,
I mean,
to just
girl,
say the
let me
thing.
just take a moment and recognize the 15,000.
But still, I don't I'm freer in front of strangers than I am in front of people that I know. Like I'm also but
That's
more
very
free in
relatable.
front of black girls in the house because we're all on this like similar content journey. We talk to each other. We're open about these things. But I've started over my Instagrams or like my different social medias like multiple times because I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in front of friends. Like it's really hard for me. So it's not easy, but it is getting easier. Like I'm getting better.
Okay.
Like just me being on here on this live is a huge thing for me. Like it's a big
Congrats.
deal. So I'm really proud of myself. And thank you for being here.
Anytime. I love this type
And we're gonna do it more often. Like look, I'm trying to do like late confessional, like the real stuff where it get
See,
real
we could do
juicy.
all the things. I'm up at this time of night,
Yeah.
so, like, we could do all the things. If y'all wanna talk about something, especially the juicy things like you said, like,
Juicy,
let's
juicy. Oh,
yeah.
yes. Okay. I could already taste the tea. It tastes so good. Okay, so as someone who's had to start over or who's constantly kind of discovering themselves, but maybe they get they kind of maybe get in their own way. What advice do you have for people who maybe or maybe advice you give into yourself like how to get out of your own way?
Ah, that's a good question. I think I would say just don't fight it, basically.
Mm,
I think, like, don't fight it and just, like, let the wave. I think I've said it in a reels before, like, let the wave take you where it takes you, bro, like, and that is very difficult because it
mhm,
requires relinquishing control, and I
mm,
think when you're, like, in a situation where you're shifting, you wanna regain control so
mhm,
badly, but usually, like, trying to, like, grab onto it so hard actually makes it further away, and then you get more
mhm,
frustrated and you get more flustered, and you're just like, "Oh my god, I'm trying to find like foundation grounding in this and I don't even know what's going on," and then you
mhm.
just get but like if you just decide like I'm gonna just ride the wave like wherever you want to take me, like fair enough, it usually actually ends up taking you to the place that you wanted to go, and it's like
Right?
there's friction.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. I definitely for me, it helps when I have people who I'm surrounded by who are trying to get to where I'm trying to get to.
That's a
So,
word.
yeah, so like whether it is, all the creators that we know in the group chat or whether it is like I'm a part of other, creator communities too. And just like me being afraid to go live, but I was on someone else's live at first. And then like, what? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna just get over myself and do it because I'm just gonna be me and my friend and we just gonna be talking. And so it helps when I have other people who are down for the ride along with me. And then when I see they have results about things or I see it's working for them and I'm like, okay, it can work for me too. And then so it helps me like get to where I want to be by like basically be like, okay, I'm gonna just copy up, I'm gonna just follow her footsteps. So it helps me.
I love that though.
Yeah, I find as private as I can be, when I do find my people, I'm like all in there. Like I am just
Mhm.
like in these streets, And I have this goal to, hit 100K by like my birthday, which is in October.
The
And
sap.
and my coach, shout out to Dr. Fashion, Creator Life, Brittany. Um, she's like, you gotta like go live and do something, right? Just like, yeah, you're right. I guess I gotta put in some work or something to like make my dreams come true, I might have to work a little bit. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace it. I'm just gonna go with the flow. Like, who gonna check me? That's one of the things that be in my head too. And I'd be like too in my head about things. I'd be like, who gonna check you, boo? And I'd be like, you're right. And then I get over it and then I go. Like that helps me. So you know, you always see these people, these posts and creators are always like, you gotta be delusional, you gotta be Delulu. Delulu works. Okay? Delulu works. They do.
When you start doing that and like eliminate Lulu, that's actually when shit get okay. Sorry, not to curse, but things just like start to go left and like they don't work in the way that they should be working. But like Delulu is where the magic happens. But then
Delulu
people
is where the magic. We gotta get a t-shirt. Delulu is where the magic happens. Okay, let me write that down. Hold up, Sam.
for
Hold on a
real.
second. Delulu is where the now don't nobody get this t-shirt or a hat or something.
Yeah,
Because I'm
this is
gonna get
patented
one. It's
here.
patented like officially all right now, so don't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you able to show up for other people when you're trying to like work out your own shit? How do you
Ooh,
be a
you know,
good friend, a good daughter, girlfriend, mother? Like, how do you, in your experience, and your words be helping us? Okay, how do you help other people while you trying to figure out your own shit?
the two things that come to mind is like authenticity and grace. Because you gotta give yourself
You
grace
do.
during that
Hmm.
process, but also being authentic to who you are at that time. Like, there's been I feel so bad, but I also don't feel bad at all. There's been so many iterations of me and how I've handled situations,
Hmm.
and so, like, in one season, I maybe, like, very much ghosted people, like, disappeared all the way, Groundhog
Hmm.
Day, underground type thing, and that was
We've all
not
been
good
guilty
for
of
the brand.
that.
There's also a season where I started, like, telling people about themselves when I felt like they were doing things, and that season wasn't good helping either. People did not like that season of my life, which I understand, like,
Oh,
I
I'm
was on a
still there.
whole
My bad.
but there's some people I know who it works very well for, and
Hmm.
the different seasons of you,
Facts.
but you will, like, go through different versions of that because, like, the telling people about themselves, like, there are pieces of it that I do still have today, keep today, but
Hmm.
then there are also pieces of it where I was like, maybe we shouldn't just start telling people what the truth about their lives. They don't want to hear the truth about
Not
their
everybody
life.
can handle it. You can't
Yeah, and
give
I
them what
learned
they
that.
didn't ask for. Like, who are you to tell them? But like, it's so hard not to because you feel like if I'm your friend, because I operate this way, I'm never gonna let you be out here looking crazy. Like, I'm never gonna have you. And if ain't nobody telling
Exactly.
you, everybody, all these people around you ain't saying nothing, then you need to look at who's around you. Now, I do admit the delivery can sometimes come off wrong, but
Yeah.
I like to think I will always tell you that you got spinach in your teeth. I will always tell
Mhm.
you that you got a boogie in your nose. I will always tell you, bitch, take that shit off because you ain't about to have us out here looking stupid. Like, and I hope
Mhm.
you would tell me that too. Because if you ain't telling me that, and I found out that this whole time I had a pepper or I was looking ridiculous and ain't nobody say nothing, we got a problem.
See, and that makes sense to me. But I mean, the topics that I was choosing to tell people about were like about their man choices or like their general choices in life.
But were the men
That's what I
shitty?
hear.
Was it shitty men choices?
It was shitty men choices. And in the
So,
same way, I would expect a friend too to call me out if I'm doing something wild crazy, if I'm with me. Even if the delivery is wrong, I think real people will understand. And I've started to see that now in this season. Real people will understand that it came from a place of love. So they might like sit
mhm.
and be like, "Oh my god, you're just being mean."
Yeah.
Because like if it's coming from somebody who cares about you, they love you enough to be like, "That's a terrible man. Let that nigga go." Like, please
Yes.
stop. It's not good. Or like this habit that you're doing of going out every 3 days, like that's not gonna work. You're an adult.
Yeah.
Save, buddy.
Yes. Yes. But you know what? just like how people talk about their different love languages with your spouse, the same thing is true of your friends, you know? So,
Mhm.
I have a friend who I didn't realize that when she did this, I started doing this. So I would like be spilling, like I would be like getting advice or telling her whatever's going on with me. And then so she'll be like, okay, so are you venting or do you want feedback? And I was like,
Mm.
I, I don't
Oh.
I don't know yet. I'm just gonna talk and then I'll let you know
Okay.
because not everybody wants feedback. And I had to learn that shit the hard way too. Not everybody's like, and it pisses me off my boyfriend when I'm like bitching about something because I can, and then he want to give me all this stuff. I didn't ask for that. I just need you to be in Delulu land with me. And I need you to be like, yeah, that ain't shit. Fuck that. But like, I need you to be saying that with me. I don't need you to give me like answers on how to fix it. Like I don't need that right now. So not everyone, is looking for that feedback and you have to respect that. But okay, that's my dog is tripping right now. Can you hear my dog? He's way in the back and I was like, he's gonna be barking. So then now I locked him in the back, but now he's getting louder. And if I let him out here, he's gonna be loud. I don't know. We'll see. You be okay, Stink. Free, yeah. I feel so bad. I don't know. He's too loud. I don't know what to do. Um,
Okay.
it's okay though. Hopefully Peter won't come for my so what do you think is so what's the biggest lesson you've learned when in your transformation of being a person, your pivot journey, you starting over, like what's the biggest lesson that you've learned for yourself, even if it doesn't make sense for anybody else, but what for you?
I think the best slash biggest slash probably lifetime lesson that I have learned from all of this is that the pain, the uncomfort, the
Mm-hmm.
uncertainty, whatever it is, it won't break you.
Mm.
Even if in the moment it really, 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 really feels like it will break you, whatever it is, like, and no matter how bad it is, but it really won't. And like, you have a lot more strength and a lot more like adaptability and skills in you than you might even realize. And maybe that's
Mm-hmm.
what that situation is trying to pull out of you is like a stronger and a brighter and a more
Mm.
authentic version of you. And that, but like, I was talking to somebody about this today, but like alignment is very painful. Like it sounds like it
Ooh.
should be easy, but it's really not easy at all. And it's actually very, but usually,
Mm. Oh man.
so I feel like that.
The
Yeah.
alignment is real. And sometimes the alignment is happening in a way that you didn't even expect. Maybe you thought you were trying to be aligned like this. And the guy was like, nah, we're gonna align you like this. And you'd be like, why are you punishing me? And it can feel like it can feel so personal. And especially when you're
Yeah.
going through like you're losing people who you thought would be there. Um, you know, you starting to see like who people really are, starting to learn who you really are, your place in the world. And it's so uncomfortable and it can be so sad. Like feeling like you never thought you always thought you were gonna be here and some other people are gonna be there with you. And then come to find out that they're not. And you're like, well, can I get some people to replace them or am I going to be by myself? There's times I really thought, I was like, I'm clearly not going to have any friends because I'm clearly on this island by myself. I feel like either people are not my friends anymore, or maybe they were never meant to be there for the long term, or, whatever it is. Like, I just feel like I'm alone on this island. So I take community very seriously when I feel like I've met and connected with people. And in my head, it's kind of like, you meet a guy and then like he seems like he's perfect. And then you're like doing the daydreaming of like what your life is gonna be like, and then you don't talk to him again, and it turns out he's like a piece of shit. Like I feel like that also happens
Yeah,
with
I
me
feel
and
triggered.
friends. It's not just with guys, it's happened with friends. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we're the same, like, oh, we're gonna be besties, like besties commence, and then it's not. And I was just like, oh, well, that that didn't happen. Like, that's very disappointing. I feel like that hurts more than when it's a guy that you thought was somebody and then he's not, you know? Like
Oh,
when it turns out to
friendship,
be like a friendship. Friendship breakups.
they're worse. Like they're so much worse. So,
It's
so,
it's like a
so.
whole death.
It felt I had like one in the middle of college, which again the alignment thing being painful because like you said, I told myself like these are my people. We're all gonna be friends. We're gonna be like 60s, 70s. We're gonna be around each other. But they were actually a terrible group of people for me to be around. Like it was good for the lessons in life that I needed
Oh
to
my
learn and
god, they were
about myself. But like
terrible?
my ex-boyfriend was wild crazy. We could talk about that, but that was like truly wild crazy. Like that could be a soap
See,
opera.
I'm wanting the tea. The
Uh,
tea. What did you think this
I
was
just
gonna
like
be? What did you think this is? Listen.
I'm down to share it. Just like thinking back to the things that I allowed myself to go through at that time. But again, I had to learn. Same with like the best female friend I had at that time, and the guy I dated were just
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. Oh.
hospital. Like
Oh my God.
it was on Valentine's Day too. He let me be stranded one
No.
time and couldn't find me. He also
Oh.
may or may not have sexually assaulted somebody, but we don't fully know yet. Like it just there was just like it wasn't me. He was like somebody else at the club because he was mad that I was like either not around him or something like I don't know. It just was his own. He is his own. He almost gave me chlamydia and oh my god, like he tried to lie and say that he didn't have chlamydia, but then I heard the doctor on the phone say that he had it, and I was trying to see how far he was gonna go, and he was gonna go
Mm.
there, and I was like, "No, dude," like just crazy. But again, I at that time was like, "These are people I want to be around. God, like
Yeah.
please keep them in my life." And then God was like, "No, we not gonna do that."
he, he was like, mm-mm. It do
Even
be like,
like a perfect person. Like there was a guy I dated right before the relationship I'm in now, and he was like seemed magical, kind of like what you said. I was like, this is perfect. Intimidating, but I thought it made complete and total sense. And he kind of distanced himself away, and I did that very early on in us dating. But then I eventually realized, and even like sometimes I'll see his stuff now, that like he was not emotionally available.
mm-hmm,
And I think that is again, I was so upset like when he was not also willing to marry me in the same way that I wanted to marry him. And I was
mm-hmm,
like, why are you doing this, God? This person is so perfect. But again, that's where I feel like the alignment and the things that you want versus what you need are can be different and just like going through that process because I eventually realized that guy has had multiple girlfriends since then and they
mm-hmm,
have all not worked out. So I was like, you're just an emotionally unavailable person. Like even if I had kept you the way I wanted to keep you, it
mm-hmm.
probably would have failed eventually. But I feel like that's where you just have to keep letting the life take you where it takes you.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Lord knows. I be thinking like when I have kids one day, um, when that
Yeah.
will be, I don't know. But I'm just like, I just remember I think of times in my life where I feel like I was so stupid. And I'd be like, why are you so stupid? Like when it comes to anything, when it comes to friends, when it comes to money and finances, when it comes to men, and I'm just like, Lord, like, I hope that I could teach my child and she will listen to me because I could say everything. And she, kids,
Mhm.
they be like, and I'm like, I was kind of like that too, And I'm just like, man, like, I don't want her to be stupid like me, like, or even a guy, I don't want to be stupid either. And I'm just like, Lord, please let my kids be smart. Please let them be smart.
Really is like prepare them. I feel like that's what a lot of parents try to prevent pain or like stupid decisions, but like that's not actually going to stop. It's probably going to make them double down and make them want to go for it more. But all you can do is maybe like prepare them for situations. Be like, listen,
Hmm.
these are things that happen in life. I'm just telling you right now, like, if you wanna do this, I mean, fair enough, but, like, there will be a repercussion of some form, and, I mean, some of them that will hear you, and they'll be like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense, I'm not gonna do that," and some of them, they'll be like, "No, I think I'm right," and then they will have to learn. I'm also the type of person who has to learn the hard way. I do not like people telling me what they think is true or not because I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"Well, I'm gonna do it different." So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to be like that too. I think I was like that for a minute, and then one day I was like, I'm tired. Like, you ever just get tired of your own shit, and you get tired of like things happening the wrong way or things not working out. I was just tired, and I was like, I was determined to like go from learning from my mistakes to learning before the mistake happened. And
Ooh,
I
that's a word.
seriously, and especially when it comes to like, let's say even just like finances, right? Like the older I get, the smarter I get when it comes to like how credit works and how, budgeting and all that stuff. And I know better now. And unfortunately, I didn't know
Mhm.
better then, and I did some dumb stuff. But I just feel like I can kind of see it going bad, and I'm like, I'm gonna go this way because I like peace. I value my peace. So
That is very real.
I value my peace so much. So I don't like drama. I don't like drama. I don't like how there's always those group of people who always like just kind of like the drama. I don't like it. I avoid it. I like a peaceful life. So
Same, but that,
yeah,
like you said, there are the people who live for it, like, really
some
do
people
love it.
do live for it. That's true.
And that sounds like a very stressful, high cortisol lifestyle, and I mean, if
Not
that's what
high
brings them
cortisol lifestyle.
I mean, like, cause the fighting and all that is too much, like, just being in people's drama, being in people's business is a lot, like, it's just
It is
way
a
too much
lot. It is a
energy.
lot. I'm drained. It's draining. So what I'm gonna do is let you adjust, and I'm gonna let out the dog because they're making me seem like I'm a dog. I'm a bad dog mom, so I'm gonna let them out because I don't want the people
Okay,
thinking that I'm a bad dog mom. Okay, hold on.
that's okay, go for it. Yeah, I had to put my phone on the charger, but figure out a way to keep it.
Yo,
Okay, well, in this meantime, hello to the 4 friends on here. How you doing? If you wanna drop in the chat, are you doing good? How was your day? Is your day over? Is it just starting? Let me know how you're feeling.
let me tell you about my pets. They think they have the worst case of FOMO, so they always no.
That's
And they get
okay.
that from me because I'll have the worst. I hate like FOMO. I hate like feeling like I'm missing out on something. And I've had that's one thing I've actually had to like start working on within myself, to make sure I don't do stupid things and stay in my peace. Is that nothing is that exciting. But when they think that there's a party happening or something behind another door, then they start to freak out. And now so he's out here and he's like, oh wait, there's nothing happening. No, there's nothing happening actually. So
She's like, wait, please, please, let me come to the party. Let me come,
let me,
please.
yeah, no. So forget it. So okay, so we're gonna pivot. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So we talked about all of our life lessons. We talked about, the BS that's happening, what we've learned from it. So how about we get a little lighter and we go and do some praise reports, okay?
okay,
So first we're gonna start on goals. Wh- I'm sure you've had your goals for 2024, whatever they are. Have you hit any particular goals yet? We're in like the middle 2024. Any praise reports you want to give?
some, but I don't know if this is true for you and true for everybody else watching too. But I just know a lot of people. This first 6 months of the year has been like a very strange time. Like it's not completely bad, but it's also not been good too. So it's been a little bit I don't know, like it's been the 6 months have been a journey. But I will say one goal that I had, I know for sure that I accomplished is I wanted to do a dance class this year so that I could feel more comfortable in my body again.
Yeah.
And I did accomplish that, which was great. And I'm very happy that I did that.
What
And
kind of class?
I did a heels class. So like it
That's
was
on
like
my list. Oh my gosh, we got to
sexy
do a heels
heels
class
dance class.
together.
We should do that. I'm very
Oh
much
my
down. It
God.
was
It's on my
very
list. I
hard.
have yet to, it's one of the things that I haven't gotten to, like in terms of like hobbies or like staying active. Oh man, I'm so happy. You go, so are you recording your progress?
So I did the unfortunately, the lady who was running it, she has decided to take a pause on it, and she was so good because she would also do this, like, spiritual develop like, she would take the time to be like, "Imagine you're the best version of yourself before we start the class." I really liked just, like, how she
Mm-hmm.
formatted. She's taking a pause right
Mm-hmm.
now, which is actually okay, and I've kinda switched to going to the gym right now, and I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's helpful to save money, but I think it happened at the time that it needed to happen.
Yeah.
Section of
Mm.
things, and I feel like I really needed that. Definitely recommend. It is very hard, but it is also very
Yeah.
freeing in a way to, like, re in tune with the body.
You know what? I follow a couple people on Instagram who they, heals classes, and it looks so much fun. It looks so empowering. But I am also in like my comfy shoe era. So I purposely like don't wear heels and stuff unless I really am like really going somewhere. Because like for some reason, like my body doesn't really like heels right now. Like things are hurting when I wear heels. Like my hips will hurt, my knees will hurt. Um, so that's really one of the things that stopped me the most from wearing the heels and doing the heels class. Are you there? You frozen? Is your Wi-Fi in and out? I think your Wi-Fi is in and out. If you're on Wi-Fi, you might not be on Wi-Fi. Risachi! Pivot Princess! Oh, there you go. Hi.
Oh my god, it came back? That's so strange. I think it was Wi-Fi
That's why I just took mine
related.
off of Wi-Fi. I was like, this is not gonna work. But I'm also on my phone.
But
It'd
yeah,
be
I just took
spotty. Yeah, I because of how hard it is for me to be in heels, I was like, I need to go get in shape and then wear heels. I was like, I
I
need
get
to do
that.
some therapy for my hip because my body hurts. So I would love if you ever come back out to LA. I
Try.
would
I
love
would
to
love
take a heels class at like
I'm so
playground
down.
or like they got a bunch of LA's a bunch of like dance studios and stuff.
You could also go with Asia to her pole dancing class. I could see her doing her
Listen, I this is what I was actually trying to do that. But they because I'm a baby beginner, I was
mhm.
looking for like not just an intro, but like an intro to the intro, like as beginner as you can get when it comes to a pole dance class. And the ones that they had there didn't align with my schedule. So I ended up
Mm.
finding one that was closer to me in the valley in NoHo because hers is like, in LA. Um, so that's why I was doing my own. And Lord knows I was a struggle. I was like, I can't believe strippers be actually like, this is a whole ass workout. Like she was
It really
teaching
is.
us the whole, like, and then the stuff on the hands and the hip and the sling. Lord, I just had a whole new respect. Like I knew it was hard work, but like to actually have to do it, I was like, oh, this is why they make all this money because because it is a workout. Like things were hurting and I was like, oh, my knees aren't built for this. Like, I felt too short. I felt too thick. I felt too all the wrong things. But
I very much understand. It's a
I want
lot.
to go back though. I want to go
Okay.
back. Maybe what we can do for our next Black Girls in the House is like get a pole. We can either go to a class or we can maybe put a pole in the house and maybe have like an instructor or something show us how to get
I
down.
would love that. That sounds
Can you
very
imagine the
fun.
bloopers?
I think if we did that with Casamigos again, and that would be magical, actually.
Oh
I think
my
it'd be great.
gosh. Oh, we gotta write that down for the next meeting. Oh my goodness. Oh, and probably Asia could probably teach us a little something. She could probably be our instructor.
I agree.
Okay.
She'd be a great instructor.
And I think like she has so much confidence, like she makes you have confidence whether you want to or not.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
So you might start off being like, I don't think this is for me. And then she'll just give you all the confidence. Yes, baby. Like this damn dog. My
What
baby
type of
child.
dog?
He's a pit. I'm not trying to he wants me to rub his butt. He
Oh,
he's a pit slash like Staffordshire Terrier. I'm a step doggy mom. He's my
okay.
boyfriend's dog. I'm a cat person. I've cats.
Interesting.
So I'm a cat mom. So having now being a dog mom, it's a whole new experience for me.
That's so funny.
And he just wants me to touch his butt. I don't he's got some problems. Okay. We think that he is celebrating Pride Month,
Okay, good for you,
and
sir.
we sir, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We think and you know what? Because he loves he loves women.
Interesting.
He doesn't really care much about dogs in general, really. Like we take him to the park, he just likes to play his ball with the dog. Sir, go out. He just like to play with his ball with his dad. But all the female dogs, they love him.
Interesting.
They
So he's a ladies' man.
they love him. He's like fit, he runs the fastest. They be trying to compete, they be trying to sniff. And he do not be checking for these bitches. He do not be checking for these bitches. And we're like, dude, like all the girls want you, like literally, he get all the hoes, but he don't want the hoes.
He sounds like he's from Atlanta. That is what I got from this.
This is his month, okay? He ain't playing. Huh, Sting? This is his month. But, he's a great guard dog. I don't know if he's meant to be a guard dog. He's scary as shit. It's very scary. To other people, like not to us. Um, and so he does his job. People think that like he will eat them. But like and he kind of will. If something's happening, somebody coming for me, like he'll fuck him up. Like I know he would. Or his dad. Like he'll protect his dad. But it's really like once you give him a little treat, once you give him a little belly rub, like he's good.
He's like,
So
okay, you're
he's like, okay, you
cool.
passed the test. Like, this is just gonna kill me right now. Like, what are you doing? What is
That's so
this?
cute.
Anywho, so back to our goals that weren't about pets.
What about your goals, though?
Ooh, you know what? So this year I did a bingo card
Mm-hmm.
so it's like 25 goals on there. And I made it a point. I'm like, this year, and this is what my content is about too. Like this year, I am hitting the goals, like all of them,
Okay.
period. And it's a lot of them. Some of them big, some of them are small, some of them feed into other ones. Some of them really have to do with money in terms of things that are costing money. So I'm like, like having to save up for the thing or budget because I am like a budgetista for sure. Like I am all about budgeting my
A
money,
budgetista. I
trying to
like
get
that.
things done. There's actually somebody out there called the budgetista, so that's I can't take
Okay.
her name. But so yes, like my first goal that I hit this year was to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and was to get monetized. And I was like this close to being monetized. I qualified, and then they were like, "No, actually, you don't qualify." And then I had to like appeal it, but I forgot to appeal it. So I didn't go through the process of appealing like I was supposed to. So I don't know if it's too late. I'm just in these streets. I'm just like, well, I'm just really just trying to grow and get my content out there. I'll worry about monetization when it happens again.
Yeah.
But the 1,000 subscribers was definitely on my goal list. My goal was to save up like an emergency fund because apparently, like, I'm just now at this age of 30 something, learning the difference between like an emergency fund and savings. And I didn't know there
Mm.
was a difference. And
Mm-hmm.
I was taking the emergency fund very seriously because I've had an emergency in the past, particularly with my cat, and she had to have surgery because she had like a hole in her butt, and it was like $1,500 or something, and I did not have it. And I borrowed it from a friend, and I paid him back, thank God. But that's what, like, when emergencies happen, that's what that's for, versus saving, like you're saving for something big, saving for a house, saving for a vacation, saving for a wedding. So
Mm-hmm.
I hit my emergency goal, hit that. I had to go to join like a members only club, like in
Okay.
LA, how it's not, like a Soul House or all these different type of membership clubs, the Gathering Spot, like all those. So I did just join one.
Okay,
Thank you.
congratulations.
It's I've only been there a couple of times, but I did hit that goal. Another goal, well, I wanted to get like a high limit credit card. I've been hitting a lot of them. Mostly I've been hitting a lot of them because I've been minding my business.
Okay, that's also a word. That's really is a word.
And I think instead of like trying to do everything with everybody, sir, go be a part of everything. I told people like I'm not gonna be out here like I have been in the past. Like I'm saving my money, like I'm hitting these goals. I'm quiet over here. So not even many people even know about this YouTube channel
Mm,
because I needed to be able to like not have people really like that I know all in my business. And I'm already shy when it comes to being a content creator. So I'm more comfortable in front of strangers, but so no one really knows. So I've been hitting them, I would say like I've probably hit a good like at least five, but I have a lot more to go. One, and then there's goals that me and my boyfriend share, like I want to get engaged this year, and he
okay.
knows, want to get a house, I want to get a new car. So there's things, and they of course they are involved. A lot of them involve money, and I'm just like, Lord Jesus, give me the money so I can get these things, But I've been
How do
hitting
you
them.
feel? I feel like we talked about this before, but how do you
Mm.
feel about creating content about money? Because I feel like you explaining from a real person's perspective, like how you got out of like
You
financial
know
how
what? I planned on doing a video how I got out of debt. I have the script and everything for it, but because it's so particular, like I I have to make sure I'm explaining it properly, and it's
okay.
gonna be like graphics and stuff. Like I do have a video in mind. I might just do a live on it because honestly, sorry, he literally keeps putting his ass on me.
Mm,
Go. um, I literally I do have a video, but I'm like, maybe I'll do the live. I like the live thing better because a part of the whole like trying to shoot a long form video for YouTube is the whole like it's shooting itself. Like I bought a teleprompter. That's my teleprompter right there.
oh my god,
Because
congrats.
I'll
That's a
say
big
like
deal.
all the wrong dumb shit and I'll be like, this is not what I wanted the people to know. So I need to like have a script and so I can know what it makes sense what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have it. I haven't figured out how I'm going to execute it. So if I can do it live, I'm just probably going to do another one live. And if it makes sense, then I'll keep it up there. If it doesn't, I'll have to do another video, just kind of breaking it down. But it's just like
Okay.
my little system of how I was able to save money, get out of debt, and with not a lot of money. Like I have a job, a whole less job, but I don't make crazy amounts of money. Like so, and I think that's another reason why it's important to share it is because I'm able to do it on like a small like salary, like after taxes and all the things that the health insurance and all the crap that they make you pay for here. Um,
Mm,
so it's on my list.
okay.
I just trying to figure out how to properly verbalize it without
Okay.
confusing people.
That makes sense. That
You
makes
know
a
what I
well when
mean?
that content comes out, let me know because I'm trying to learn too.
How to
I would really
budget?
yeah, how to do the finance things.
Yeah, you know what? I'm good at I'm good at budgeting my money. I'm really good at spending it. Um, but when it comes to like the investing and stuff, I'm still working on how to do that portion of it. I just kind of let my job do it for now. So
Mhm.
I have a lot of reading, a lot of catch up to do with that type of thing. But I'm working
Okay.
on it. Okay, it's marinating.
That's the best
Marinating.
place to start. That's like the only place to start for
Yeah.
real.
I mean, and then I got my credit score up and everything, and then my goal was to pay off the debt so then I can get the proper credit card, so I can be one of those people who like puts everything on a credit card and gather all the points and use the points to do all the things. So that's really been my goal. I'm putting everything on there, more shit than I probably should be putting on there, but it's fine.
There's a credit card. Have you ever heard of the Built card?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. They had that at my old apartment complex. But it's like because you could pay your rent with it or something like that, right?
Mhm.
But I think where we are now, I don't even know if they take credit cards where we are now. So
Okay.
It wouldn't matter.
Got it.
And then my boyfriend pays the rent anyway, so I wouldn't. If I had the card and they took it, then I would just say put it on my card and give me the money. But they're really like old school here. Like they don't. They're like you can sell us or give us cash. You're like so yeah yeah yeah. It's not that type of place to where they're about that life. That's okay. So what should we expect from the pivot princess coming up? No.
I have been trying to unlearn a narrative about plans that I feel like has happened in
Mm,
this like
mhm,
transitional journey where I started to feel like when I make plans they don't work. And so then I've just like been like, do I
mhm.
even make a plan? Because
Yeah.
like I've tried to make plans and they did not happen like that. So I'm in a weird place with figuring out how I feel about plans. I will say I do want this year to be like the best year. And I mean that's corny, but like I really do want it to be the best year yet. And whatever that looks like the goals that I have set, a lot of them are either like personal or financial and somewhat like social too. And I think
Mhm,
that's what I'd like to see. I would love to see content creation grow and just like not just for me, but just like to feel like I am able to create a community and that people like they see the content that I'm creating and it really does resonate with them to the point where they want to like they have something to say or it sparks something to
mhm.
say or they it was something that they needed to hear that day or something like that. And I've been hearing it a lot from people like individually but just
Yeah.
like it's not translated yet. And I think that would be I want to start what you should expect is to start seeing things tangibly represent in my things, whether that's like businesses, whether that's content creation, whatever it is, but just like
Mhm,
there will be a tangible understanding of like what I'm doing and why I'm doing it more rather than it just being like more like mental, emotional stuff. Cause I feel
mhm.
like that's what's happening right now. People know what I'm trying to do and like everybody's like, that's a great thing and that feels good. But like tangibly no like there's no proof of it yet. So I
Right.
guess the proof will come.
Okay. No, I feel that. Um,
Mhm.
Same. I get that. It's so easy to keep it all in our heads, and
Mhm.
it's only so much time in the day for me to
Mhm.
get things done. I literally and then I had to hire an assistant to help me get things done. And oh yeah, that was something on my list. I didn't even know was on my list, and so I have like a little free spot on my bingo card, and I was like, oh, hire an assistant. So that helps, right? But trying to get it, trying to make it tangible, it takes time for things to come to fruition, you know. And but then you don't want to overthink either, right? You don't want to overthink it to the point to where you're not doing anything or you're just like frozen solid because I'm good for being frozen solid on something and just being like like analysis paralysis, like me and analysis paralysis is besties, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to my best to just do things when I feel them. And I call it because even my boyfriend started to do this when it comes to my content. It's like pulling the joy. I say I'm pulling the joy. How she just gets an idea and she just does it.
Just
That's
push it out.
literally what I'm starting to do now. It's just like, fuck it,
Okay.
let's just do it. And he did it. He made some content. I was like, oh my God, you had an idea and then you just did it? Like,
Snaps
who
to him
are
too.
you? I was so happy for him because like he works a lot and he just doesn't have all the time and energy to put into content. But like he wants the business to grow. Like he wants to be out there more as a chef. Like I want to be out there more as a creator. Like and we just, we're businessy type people up here. We just got to be it in here. If that
Mm.
makes sense. You know, are you have any businessy things you want to share with us? Any tips or goals or anything? And you're frozen again. Sachi, Sachi. Yeah, I think she's permanently frozen now. Let's see. Sachi. Sach. Well, okay. She may or may not come back. Cuz she's frozen. So in case she doesn't come back, that's okay. I'm still here. So what is next? What can you expect from me? Um, More content focused on the elevation journey is what you can expect. Really trying to bust out this budgeting video. Um, I don't I'm really trying to figure out how to put it out there because I'm gonna literally have to have a camera on the table while I am, oh, hello. I'm just talking to other people and I'm like, she left me. So I would just be talking about myself.
I'm
Um,
so
it's
sorry. It
okay. I was
really
like, is she back? Is she no? Okay, well, it's about me. So I was just telling everybody what to expect from me. Um, so content focus, like just showing more of the journey of the things that I've been on, the things that has been going on with me, and then sharing those life lessons essentially. Because I am so goal oriented, and this is probably the first time I've actually hit goals that I said I wanted to hit. Like this has never happened like this before, and I definitely also wanted to be a testament to other people who are procrastinators like me, and become like retired procrastinators, retired overthinkers, because I'm a retired overthinker. That's what I call myself. And like it is, once you kind of find your tribe, it's really easy to just like get in the groove of things and start hitting those goals, whatever it is. Because half the time, all you really need, I know what I needed the most was like accountability. Once I had like an accountability partner or group, it was over. So whether it's the person that's living with you, whether it's if it's your cats, whatever, if it's even if it's total strangers, like accountability, and I knew that was the key for me. Like I knew it, and but I couldn't always get it. So when I was able to start being a part of these different communities, and I was like, I'm gonna make my own community. Anybody needs um an accountability partner to like hit them goals, to do all the things that you want to do, whatever it is, like I'm here. Hit me
mhm.
up in the comments, hit me in the DMs. Does YouTube have DMs?
Does YouTube That's a good question. I actually don't
Like, can
know.
I directly message someone?
I don't know. Does anyone know who's watching this
I've
right now?
never tried. Is it just a comment situation?
This is such
Huh.
a
I
good
will
question.
ask my YouTube coach. Like, can I DM someone? That's a great question. So yeah, if anybody's looking for that, because that is how you get things done, is when you dread that moment when you have to go to your accountability meeting and they're like, okay, so what'd you get accomplished? What'd you do? And you're just like
Um,
I've dreaded those meetings. When I have those meetings, when I've had them with my coach, like I'm like, fuck, like she said do the things, I didn't do the things. Like life was life in me, and
mhm.
life does life, like it does. Like things happen, in real life. I do what I can, but I've learned that also shifting the energy towards things that I want to be doing and not letting the things that I am doing be an excuse, like work, because you got to work, got to pay bills, but like doing the things anyway. Like if you're tired, go to the gym anyway. If you're tired, get on the live anyway. Doing certain things. Maybe you can do all of the things, but you can do one of the things. And
Yeah.
doing one of the things and letting that be like the thing. Like it makes me feel proud. Like, oh, I got that one thing done versus nothing done. So
Aw. And
it
I
makes
mean,
me
that's
feel.
great. You have to start somewhere. Like,
You
uh,
do have to start somewhere.
yeah.
But eventually, like you again, like always starting over, always at the beginning. I didn't want to be at the beginning anymore. I didn't want
Mm,
to, like, I'm so tired of starting over. So I'm like, if I'm start over again this time, like something gotta happen.
mhm.
You
I
know
mean,
what I
something
mean?
did happen though. Like you did shift. I've been seeing you put out content and like
I
your YouTube
know.
channel grew, even if it's not fully like where you want it to be yet, but just like things have happened just by you just doing the thing.
Things I know, you know what? And I've realized like sometimes doing maybe I can't put 100% into the thing of whatever it is, but um I've noticed even when I just put like 10% into something and it starts to work, I'm like, oh shit, imagine if I put 100%.
Mhm.
Life would be crazy. Oh, wait, so I'm fully in control of my life and how things work out for me? Interesting.
Interesting. Who
I
would have
didn't
thought?
know. Who would have thought that? I am the creator of my own reality.
Hmm,
I know, right? They
huh.
don't teach you that in school.
They don't teach you that in school, which is crazy because that's like one of the most important lessons.
All of the things I learned in school, I'm just like, and I went to a lot of school, okay? I have a lot of student loan debt. I got a couple degrees. I got I got a lot, and none of it's really taught me the things that I've learned when I'm in a community or
Yeah.
when I have a mentor or a coach or something. Like none of it. So that just shows you, college is stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. If you want to be a doctor, you got to go to college. But I've definitely learned like I didn't really need to be doing this. Now, for people, there's always people who are like, I don't know if I want to go to college. The social experience in college, like you can't get that anywhere else. So even if you don't even care to go to college, like you need to go for like the social experience. So I'm gonna just put that out there. As someone who has multiple degrees and a lot of student loans and wanting them to get canceled, I don't know if they ever will, but um I'm in deferment for the rest of my life. I'm in deferment for 25 years, okay? And then after those 25 years, I'm like, oh, you've paid your student loans for 25 years. It was $0, but you paid it. And then I'll
Okay.
have them forgive. That's the goal.
That's so funny.
Sorry, Sally Mae. That's what we're doing. Um, so where can we find you? What's your user and what platforms? And tell us all about where we can find you.
I'm everywhere. No, I'm kidding, but I'm actually not kidding. I am on all of the things. Um, I have a YouTube channel, obviously, because that's how we're doing this right now. So
Okay.
Risachi Ogen, but that is it's a little dry. I haven't really put things on there in a while, so I apologize. We working on that.
I
Long
get
form
it.
just takes like 5 years to edit, and I just don't have 5 years to do that.
I have an
And
editor for you though.
really, okay, so that's actually a whole other thing that I am trying to work on that I really, 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 really admire about you is the delegation and just like
You
spending.
have to. You're freezing again. Why is your I feel like your Wi-Fi is against
Is
me
it
and
out?
I'm taking it personally.
I turned it off. Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back?
You're
Okay.
there.
I was like, oh my
Delegation. I
goodness.
learned that's a secret. Like that's really like one of those like millionaire secret hacks that they tell you about. They
I just like I get it
delegation.
conceptually, but like I don't understand how to do it like in actuality. You know what I mean? Like I understand logically it makes sense that you can't do
Uh-huh.
everything yourself, that you should give it to other people, but then
Mm.
to actually do it, I just like don't know. That is the thing that I procrastinate is like giving it to
Finding
people.
that because people don't want to, and I'm one of those people. You have to whoever you're gonna delegate to, the pain in the ass part of it is actually having to teach them or show them what you want and then
Hmm.
letting them go to do it. And people are like, well, I don't have time. Well, then you're going to keep not having time. I've been there too myself, feeling like I don't have time for certain things or whatnot. But it helps when you like have an example. So
Hmm.
I make sure like if I wanted somebody to do something, I'll give them examples of things that I already see that I like. And that helps, whether it's like a website, whether it's like YouTube templates or whatever, like I had to show. And then I also pre-edit because like when it comes to editing, whoever you find, like you're paying them not to just edit a project that's a certain amount of minutes, but you're also paying them for the amount of footage that you give them. So
Mm.
they might say, well, I'll edit a 15-minute video. No, I'll edit a 10-minute video with 15 minutes worth of footage. But then you
Okay.
have 25. So then you're
Okay.
going to be paying for more. So I pre-edit down to what I want, like the clips that I want or whatever. And then I give it to the editor and be like, okay, do your thing and make it sparkle.
Oh,
Whether it's like
not
color
to make it
correction or whether it's like graphics or whatever, then they make it
okay.
sparkle. So
Oh, I would love to know the information and also just love, honestly, maybe accountability on that. I will DM you too about that and have accountability about delegation because I can't keep doing things myself.
Yeah.
It's just not sustainable, but
Yeah.
I know that it is something that I avoid, and I actively am aware that it's something that I avoid. So that would be lovely if
Sure.
you could do that. In terms of the other places to find me, I would say Instagram and TikTok are where I've been hanging out a lot lately. Please
Okay.
go to TikTok, actually, everybody who's watching this, because TikTok for some reason hates me, and I would like to change that. Yeah, that one is ChiTV, CHI.TV. But then Instagram is my name. And Instagram is actually okay to me. I don't know why Instagram likes me and TikTok hates me for some reason, but
Everybody has that. Everybody has that one or two platforms where they're loved over here and hated over here. I was like, I'm hated on Instagram. TikTok kind of fucks with me though. Like TikTok, like kind of like, I mean, I'm in like 800, 900 views on TikTok, but I do have a couple that's just up there. And I'm just like, why do I got to show my ass and be stupid?
like
So
high key. I'm like,
I
what
don't
do y'all
know.
want out here? But then like
I
the
don't know.
dancing llamas are like a baby that's like drooling or something, has like 1.2 million. And I'm like,
Right.
what is happening here? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Same. So you're Risachi Ogen on
Yeah.
Instagram, on YouTube, and
Hmm.
then TikTok, your Chai TV,
Yes.
CHI TV.
Yes.
Okay.
It the logo on that is like a little purple circle.
Okay. Okay. So we'll find, so everybody follow her, find her, help her out, get her out of TikTok, whatever jail. Okay.
Yes, please.
Um, and
Please.
then of course you can find me here. You can find me immediately Sierra on YouTube. You can find me immediately Sierra on Instagram, TikTok. I think Lemonade, because I'm trying to get into Lemonade too. Because I'm like, well, Instagram, that'd be
Okay.
trippy. I'm trying to have people pay. And I got time for that. Um, and then is there another one out there? Facebook? On Facebook too. I be forgetting about
I also be forgetting about Facebook. I'm also on Facebook, but nobody ever like. I've never heard somebody be like, "Follow me on Facebook." You know, like
It's
find me on.
underrated though. Facebook is
Yeah,
underrated. You got to use it right. But I just connect my Instagram to my Facebook and just have the same content like that. But some people are very successful on Facebook.
that's true. I've
I
been
don't know
seeing
how they do it,
that. Yeah.
but they doing it. So I'm trying to get like them. So follow us on all the things. Okay. Thank you so much, Risachi Pivot Princess, for joining me on my very first live on my channel.
Yay!
Um, the next
Hey!
time you will see me, I'll be here Saturday, same time, 8:30. Um, and I'll be here with Aspen Sierra, our other cohort slash black girl in the house bestie. We're going to be talking about travel while being black, because she's a photographer and she's a travel girly and she's a hair girly. So she's gonna give us a lot of tips on how to travel and deal with your black hair while traveling. So I need that.
I also
Stories
need
for days. Oh my God. Stories for days on how that works. So join us back here. When is it? What did I say? Saturday, the
Saturday.
8th, 8:30. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I love you
Of
to
course.
death.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me. Love you
Hit me
too.
in them DMs. Okay. So we can get your delegation started.
I will. I will
Okay.
literally right after this.
Okay. All right. Bye. Thank you. Woo. How do I
Bye.
turn it off? I
I
don't
have no
know.
idea.
Where's the
I also
button? I
I
don't know.
actually don't
I think
know.
this is the X. Okay, I'm gonna X. I'm gonna X.
Okay.
Bye. Ah.
Bye.
Yeah, we're
What
not.
happens